Hello screenwriters, welcome back to another episode of reading brutal reviews of my script. In this episode, I'm going to be reading a favorite to the channel. If you've been watching this channel, you already know, A Soul Lost in Brooklyn. This feedback is from Film Independent. Ooh, this is a new one because I've always shared feedback from either Coverfly, Script Popline, The Blacklist. This is a new one, Film Independent. All right. As a matter of fact, I'm going to talk about Film Independent in a little bit. I got a little history with them. All right, let's get it started. The script is rather talky, displaying more through dialogue than action, and too many interactions fall short of being truly dynamic. There is a certain level of threat from both the police, who suspect Capella and his friends from the beginning, as well as Lawrence, but these conflicts don't escalate to the heights that they should. The twist that our protagonist truly is the killer is somewhat surprising, but the script doesn't quite seize the central conflict strongly enough to allow this to truly pay off. The ending with Capella committing suicide is somewhat unsatisfying. There might be an equally tragic way to end the story that has Capella shot by someone else, since his suicide at this point feels somewhat unmotivated. Despite the circumstances, there is no build-up to this. The bookend with Sherry telling her child about his or her father, the child's sex is oddly not specified, is quite poignant. Ultimately, although most of the story beats work, it feels as though the script drags a bit in getting to its grand conclusion, and the relationships between most characters aren't as evolving as they could be, aside from the touching teen romance. All right, spoiler alert, obviously, Capella is the killer, and one note that this reviewer mentioned is that it was very surprising to see that Capella was the killer. So it makes me feel that I did my job, because I was a little worried about, because A Soul Lost in Brooklyn, if you don't know, it's a whodunit, murder history. With whodunit, it's kind of hard to kind of like surprise the reader, right? Especially someone like this reader, who I'm sure read a lot of screenplays and watched a lot of movies. The fact that they were surprised that the protagonist was the killer, meaning that I'm glad that I did my job. It made me feel good. And one great feedback they mentioned is about the ending. I think I wrote, I lost track of how many drafts of A Soul Lost in Brooklyn I wrote. However, though, the ending has drastically changed from the original ending. The original ending, I had Capella committing suicide, and this reader rightfully pointed out it didn't work. I changed a few things up a bit. Capella lives at the current version now, and he did not commit suicide. And I felt, because of this feedback of telling me that Capella's suicide just didn't fit right with the story, it made me really, it forced me to come up with a better ending. And the ending I have now, I believe, really worked. It's still tragic, but it really works so well. Yeah, I'm so happy about this feedback, because it really helped me improve A Soul Lost in Brooklyn. And I will go into production with this script. I feel it. I will go into production with it. All right, let's talk about Film Independent. If you don't know, if you live in LA, Film Independent is basically, they are the same organization that puts on the Spirit Awards. I'm not sure if you heard of the Spirit Awards. The Spirit Awards are like the indie Oscars. And when I first moved to LA, I actually volunteered for the Spirit Awards. It was like so much fun. And Film Independent is the arm of that award show where you could join as a member. And I joined as a member, and I believe part of the membership is you could submit your screenplay for feedback. I may be wrong about that. Anyway, obviously I submitted my screenplay for feedback through them, and they provided some great notes. Yeah. All right, thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. Go to Stratword.com to write your screenplay. Fade out.